Yep, so another crazy day in crypto, another crazy day in this matrix that we call life, and another bullish day in DRIP. So I've got lots to talk about, but before I do, if you enjoy this content but haven't yet subscribed, please rock bottom that subscribe button, leave me some love in the comments, and rest assured I will love you a long time if you do. So after reaching some pretty big euphoria in the crypto markets, things have taken a massive dump, and pretty much as I expected. I did say in my last walk and talk that's exactly what I thought would happen, and we've seen a fairly big pullback in Bitcoin, and that's translated right the way across the altcoins as well. So we saw some huge dips in altcoins, but not in DRIP. So DRIP has made a recent run. Some of the soy boys are saying, oh yeah, but it's been going down all year. Look, everything's been going down all year, and a pump is a pump. And DRIP has seen, I think at its peak, it was almost 100% increase from last week. So I think at the moment, even after a ton of people JEETEred around 2 cents, it's actually making its way back up to 2 cents. So I've just checked the price, it's just below 2 cents right now. So things are looking pretty strong. DRIP doesn't care about this dip in the market. It's doing its own thing. And in fact, BNB is looking pretty strong out of many of the top alts as well. So that actually had a bit of a pump whilst everything else was dumping. So if you don't know, DRIP is obviously tied quite intimately with BNB. So the better BNB does, the better we can do in DRIP as well. So I'm cheering on BNB, of course. But massive shout out to everyone in DRIP who is buying or holding or locking up their DRIP in things like the kitchen sink, keeping it off the market. And we can see that the minting is really starting to slow down. So it did pick up over the weekend, of course, as expected. So I think we minted about 2 million over the weekend per day, but we're back down under 1 million now. I've just checked again. It was like 900,000 minted in the last 24 hours. So we are seeing a remarkable slowdown of that minting, and that's only going to get more and more pronounced as we go forward closer and closer to the last day of minting, which I think is the 19th of January. But as I've been saying, it's all going to happen before that, in my opinion. A lot of wallets are already starting to run out. The bots are going to have nowhere to hide. The JEETERS are going to have nowhere to hide. If you want to sell your DRIP, you're still going to be helping the ecosystem. 10% taxes on every movement, and 90% of that tax will be burned. So no matter what you do, whether you're buying, selling, holding, locking away, you're still going to be helping the DRIP ecosystem. There's nowhere left to hide. There's no stopping what can't be stopped. So very exciting times. So I do think we're going to see a fairly strong bounce back from this dip in the market, and I am expecting Bitcoin to reach up to around 50,000 before taking a fairly harsh dip down. I did say this on Danny D's show the other night when I jumped on. It was great to jump on there. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. I was coming back from London, and I saw they were live, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to jump in there, say hello, talk a bit about Stable Swap, which is doing amazing, by the way. And I did mention in there that my prediction, again, not financial advice, is that the euphoria will pick up again. We're going to reach around 50,000, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, and we'll probably see a 30 to 40% correction, quite possibly. So I'm standing by with some funds in case that happens, because I think that's going to be a great time to potentially de-risk a little bit from Bitcoin. And if or when that dip happens, it's going to be a great time to buy altcoins. Now, will DRIP be involved in that? Will DRIP dump with everything else? Well, I don't know. After the strength it's shown this week, all bets are off. So I'm continuing to weekly DCA into DRIP, as I have been doing, and I will continue to do. I think 2 cents is still hugely undervalued considering where I think this token is going. And I've made another deposit this week into the kitchen sink, so I'm earning quite nicely on that. So shout out to Matt and Eric, the developers. And talking of developers, I'm going to give another shout out to Danny D with Stable Swap. It's working absolutely flawlessly. It's a fantastic place for me to park my stable coins. It's working seamlessly, and I have done a few videos on how easy it is to provide liquidity to that. It's becoming like a part-time job for me to provide liquidity for Stable Swap and this OTC business, and it's working amazingly well. I'm earning every single day in stables, and come the bull market or come the dip, these stables could come in really, really handy. But I am weekly DCAing into that as well as reinvesting my stables, because I'm trying to get to a point where I can literally retire with stable coins, so that it's paying me pretty much a full-time wage. So that's my aim, and of course I will be keeping everyone updated on that journey. We have to have big aims, we have to shoot for the stars at all times. And I am still going to be doing a live with Danny. I had to cancel last week because of how busy I was but I did want to jump on his live just a couple of nights ago to say hello. But I think we're looking at early next week for that, and I'll keep everyone updated. I'm going to be doing definitely a walk and talk this week in the next couple of days. I've got a little trip out on Saturday to a pretty interesting place, so I may even be able to do a video from there. Mr Wookhams will be joining us on that trip, so if I can get one in from there, that'd be great. I've got lots more to talk about, and I'm going to be also doing a live drive this week, most likely on Sunday, because we've still got a ton of stuff to talk about in the DRIP network and DeFi. But I just wanted to give a quick update today on what's been going on. I'm feeling mega pumped, even though the markets are down a bit. Just more and more opportunity for those who've got their laser vision in place. So I hope you guys all having an absolutely blessed day, whatever you're doing. Stay bullish, stay dripping, and I'll see you all in the next video.